Hello, my little troublemakers. I've missed you. It's Svetlana again. Today, I'll tell you how to tidy up this mess. First, let's open the Node Logic Editor window full screen. You don't need to drag the window border anywhere. Just place the cursor in the desired window and press Ctrl Space. Space means spacebar in our case. All other windows will disappear, and the Node Logic Editor will expand to full screen. You can return everything to its place at any time by pressing the same key combination again. Now take a look at this chaos. It's a real mess. Let's group the nodes into clusters and label them. Select 3 nodes responsible for forward movement and press Ctrl J. Now they are in a frame. Do the same for the other directions. Now, we have 4 groups, and we need to label them. To do this, you'll have to remember what the right panel is and how to open it. If your memory is failing you, I remind you. The right panel opens with the N key. For convenience, you can make it a bit wider by dragging the edge. Select the first frame and write its name in the label field. For example, forward. Now, we see this label on the frame, and it's enough to look at its name to understand what's inside. Let's label all the frames with the corresponding labels. Now, to make it look even better, I would arrange the identical frames not diagonally but vertically or horizontally. By the way, you can move objects in 2 ways. Grab the object with the mouse and drag it, or select the object, press G, and move the mouse. You don't need to hold down the G key. Just press it and release it. Now the object is attached to the cursor until the first click. A left click will place the object in a new location, while a right click will cancel the movement and return the object to its original position. If you hold down Ctrl while moving, it activates the snapping mode, and the object will align with the grid. In the Node Logic Editor, you can also move objects along the selected axis. There are only 2 axes, X and Y. To do this, during movement, simply press X or Y on the keyboard, and you will restrict the movement along the selected axis. Arrange the frames approximately like this. Now let's tidy up the wires. Currently, our connections pass chaotically through the blocks, and sometimes it's unclear which wire goes where. Oh, I almost forgot. Maybe your wires look a bit different, not as neat and smooth as mine. And you want to fix it. Then let's go to the settings. Click Edit, Preferences, and open the Themes tab. Look for the Node Editor section. Scroll down and find the Curviness of Noodles option. Change the value to 3 or 4, and you'll be happy. Now, let's master a couple of tricks. By holding Shift and the right mouse button, you can slice a cable. A router will appear on it. You can only move this router using the G key. If you drag it with the left mouse button, another cable will come out of the router, which you can connect wherever you like. So, routers can be used as adapters for branching. They are also convenient for untangling complicated schemes. If you hold Shift and the right mouse button and drag over multiple wires simultaneously, they will merge into a common router, assuming they all come from the same output. If they come from different outputs, individual routers will appear on them. You can create a router using the menu. It is located in the Layout group and is called Reroute. Well, now our scheme looks much neater. One final touch. Select everything and merge it into one common frame. Let's name it Movement. Also, let's change this black color to something more understandable. In the right panel, check the color option. The color has changed to gray. Gray is better than black. Now let's do the same for the 4 internal frames. For now, just check the box. All frames are now grey. But we can choose any color from the palette. The color will help us distinguish different code fragments by meaning. For example, everything we've done so far is related to control, with input from the keyboard. Therefore, now we can figure out what color we will highlight all the code associated with the keyboard, mouse, joystick and other hardware. Open the palette and select a color. Now you need to choose the same color for the remaining 3 frames. To do this, you can switch to hex, copy the value, and paste it into other frames. In this case, you do not need to press the left key into the field and select the content to copy it to the clipboard. Simply move the cursor over the desired value and press Ctrl+C. Afterwards, go to the properties of the other frame, hover the cursor over the desired input field, and simply press Ctrl+V. Awesome, right? And that is not all. This way, you can copy not only numbers. You can, without going to the palette and without switching to hex, just take and copy the color. The sequence of actions is the same. Move the cursor over the color and press Ctrl+C. Go to the properties of the next frame, hover over the color, and click Ctrl+V. Well, we can stop here. In the next lesson, I will show you how to rotate the ship using the mouse. It will be fun. See you soon.